Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're deconstructing one of the world's most critical companies, TSMC. We're going to get into why viewing it as just another manufacturer is, well, a massive strategic misread. So here's the big question, right? Is TSMC just a factory? I mean, a lot of investors look at it and they see a cyclical, capital-intensive manufacturing business. And look, while that's technically true, it's also economically misleading. So what are you actually buying when you invest in TSMC? Okay, so let's dive into this. The market myth is that it's just a factory, subject to the brutal up and down cycles of the semiconductor industry. But the balance sheet, that reveals the truth. This is a piece of critical global infrastructure, a platform so dominant it has pretty much created a category of its own. To really understand its value, we need to peel back the layers. We can deconstruct TSMC's powerful economic moat using a simple three-layer logic. Layer 1 is its role as a toll bridge. Thanks to its undisputed leadership in process technology, the world's most valuable chip designs, from Apple, Nvidia, and AMD, they must pass through its manufacturing stack. There's really no other road. This grants TSMC immense pricing power. And that pricing power leads to this: a 58.1% operating margin. Now, that number doesn't look like a typical manufacturer. It looks like critical infrastructure, kind of like a railroad or a utility, but with a technology moat that only gets wider. Okay, so let's move to the second layer and see how this all builds. On top of that toll bridge, TSMC now functions as the operating system for the entire AI revolution. It's the manufacturing and advanced packaging backbone that enables the massive compute power required for high-performance computing. And this brilliantly illustrates the point. This is no longer just a smartphone story. High-performance computing, which is the engine of AI, now makes up a whopping 61% of TSMC's revenue. It has become the company's undeniable center of gravity. And the third layer is the powerful result of the first two. TSMC has become a premium platform. Its technological dominance and its central role in AI have built a fortress-like balance sheet, creating a valuation moat protected by immense financial strength and strategic scarcity. The result? Over 3.3 trillion new Taiwan dollars in cash and marketable securities. This isn't the balance sheet of a company struggling with capital expenditures. No way. It's the financial engine that's funding global expansion from a position of overwhelming strength. So this brings us to the core debate for any investor. We've established its power, for sure. But what about its price? Is this premium, irreplaceable asset fairly valued by the market today? This table shows the constant tug of war in the market, right? The bear case fears a cooling AI cycle and margin dilution from new overseas factories. But the bull case sees continued leadership and relentless AI demand, creating even more value than the market currently recognizes. This really puts the whole debate into perspective. This isn't about finding a forgotten bargain. It's about deciding if you're willing to pay a fair price for an asset that is, for all practical purposes, irreplaceable in today's global technology stack. So we'll leave you not with an answer, but with a better question. What is the right price for owning the single most important manufacturing bottleneck for the future of computing? That's the real question to consider when analyzing the value of TSMC.